Hello and welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. I want to go over one card and help me out and give me your ideas here. I may also go put these out on the custom page. I haven't put anything out on the custom page in a while on Facebook, mainly because it's public. Once this, I won't say that it went down, but once the original creators kind of moved on and created some, like the ATP Facebook page, and the ARC did their big conglomeration originally, like over a year ago, but just before Wave 1. The custom page went from private to public, so when I put everything out there, or something out there, everyone in my friends list is going to see me posting in this Transformers TCG custom page thing. I put some artwork out there, and one of my cousins was like, "Oh wow, cool!" I'm like, "Oh no," and it was very embarrassing. While it's a cool game, it's neat trying to keep up and doing stuff with the game. It's just I can't explain it. I maybe have two maybe friends from like college that liked anything about Transformers whatsoever, and they've probably grown up and grown out of it. I think I have seen Sean is one of those guys' names that maybe actually has done something and mentioned Transformers recently, and it was about the '86 movie soundtrack. But for the most part, they've grown up, they've gone on, they've moved on, and they're like, being true adults. Like I know I am, but I'm still, I have hobbies that I like, and this happens to be one of them. Unfortunately, a lot of these boat characters that I have created, how I started creating, the foil character, the Teak character, Stingray, etc. A lot of these boats were family boats, and that was my dad's hobbies at the time. Well, Stingray was based on a catamaran my uncle had, etc., etc. But the point is that he had hobbies. His hobbies were much more expensive, thousands and thousands of dollars, and trading boats to get another boat, and trading that boat in to get another boat, to a sailboat, and all this. We never had all these boats all at the same time, let me tell you. But so there's that. And so for me, not spending thousands of dollars on boats and maintaining a boat, and having to go to the coast to pay money to get a sailboat out of the water just to be able to clean the barnacles off. Trust me, a boat especially in salt water is a is a pain to maintain. And I did help him somewhat, and about every spring, every spring break, every chance my dad got, he went down. He was re-teaking varnishing the teak on the sailboat. So that's why I named that sailboat character Teak, as a result of that. So there's all this goes into my past and where I'm coming from, that I'm trying to add in and making just brand new characters. Whether you like the game or not, they're interesting and pretty good looking characters, that I have tried to make it look like, if this character did transform, what would it look like as a robot form, etc. So things to consider. So there is that, and they're coming along nicely. I just have a character or two and a half that still need to be recolored, and then we're going to get real big and heavy, re-releasing the Marina War characters in their entirety with fresh text, and maybe even updated and newer abilities. Okay, but this video really is for two cards. Two. Well, it's the same name card, the Personality Distabilizer. Originally, this was a card that I came out of sometime about this time last year. It's a secret action that was a white pip secret action card when one of your Decepticons defends. So originally I had this as a secret action where if you're playing Decepticons and you play this, and your opponent is playing Autobots, it's basically Sturdy 2. I just didn't use Sturdy 2. So when one of your Decepticons defends, that then if an Autobot is attacking, the defender reduce the total damage by 2. Okay, so I was really kind of wrapping my brain out. Okay, in the show, Megatron and Starscream went invisible and changed their little sleeping regenerative quarter thing. Sorry, I'm outside, but so there a motorcycle just went by, and at the time I didn't know about Sturdy, or I didn't quite understand Sturdy, and so that term is not here, but that's basically what it is. But it has to be. You have to be mostly Decepticons. An Autobot has to be attacking one of your Decepticons to be able to reduce total attack by 2. But then I kind of watched the episode again, and I thought, maybe, and especially with the name of it, Personality Distabilizer. I think I'm saying that right. I don't have all this stuff in front of me. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, going by memory, guys. Okay, and I thought, let's do this differently. And tell me what you think here. The second one, since it is the name of a noun, a thing, maybe this should be utility upgrade instead of like a secret action, because it's not actually the name of an action per se. So I thought, let's make this an upgrade, make it a utility, in that when you put it on a character, you can add another one immediately. But they can only go on Autobots only. Not only is it not just a white pip anymore, it's a white-black hybrid pip. So it's either you're going to have to be able to choose the white if you want to flip 2 more white, or you can get the aggressive on the flip make with it as Pierce. So there's that difference here as well. But at the same time, it's now an upgrade. It's now a utility. I didn't use the word also. I think, again, I don't have it in front of me, but it is going to add any character you put this on, it's going to create and make them a Decepticon. And then I thought, okay, it spread as it went. You know, they were getting all the Autobots to regenerate in here and turning them basically into Decepticons. Or as Spike said, oh my gosh, they're not good anymore, they're bad. Well, they were just working for the Decepticons. So, and I thought, well, if we play one, maybe we should be able to play another one. But they do not have the green pip. So you cannot get this that easily on the flip. So if you want these, 3, then in your deck, you can do that. And if you're playing with a mixed faction and you do have cards like Swindled or something in your deck like that requires all Decepticons, yes, instead of just having just a Titan Master on top of a body, to also make it a Decepticon to be able to play all Decepticons, or a card that requires all Decepticons like Swindled, this card can help too as a utility. So if you're 4 wide, you have 2 Decepticons, 2 Autobots, and you happen to have 2 of these cards in your hand, and you can play one on an Autobot and get it turned into a Decepticon. Well, if you have another one, you can immediately play it also. Boom, you now have all Decepticons. And if 2, you happen to have Swindled, and it's not one of the first 2 turns of the game, you can play Swindled and get that triggered off as well. And being a utility that is going to be adding not really changing the faction, just adding the faction to make them also Decepticons, then that's a pretty big thing. So I made it a rare card. It is a utility with no attack, no defense, nothing else crazy. Just allows you to be able to play one after another. If you only have one Autobot and you have a couple of these in your deck to try to get that one Autobot, also be a Decepticon. Well, yeah, you can put one on a Decepticon. It does nothing. But it's not going to work that way because it has to be put on an Autobot to be able to play it on another Autobot. Pretty sure, I'm not looking at it right off because I'm in my car, but I'm pretty sure that's how I wrote this, that when you put it on an Autobot, you can play another one. If you put it on a Decepticon, it just really does nothing because you can't add a Decepticon faction to a faction character that's already a Decepticon. It does nothing. So there's that. It does have to be, you play it on one Autobot to play it on another Autobot. Originally I thought maybe if you put it on a Decepticon, you can play it on another, to be able to play another one to put it on an Autobot, but you might as well just put it on the Autobot. It's just silly. So I'm pretty sure that's how I have the text written here. Okay, right. When you put this on an Autobot, you may play another personality destabilizer. So yes, I do have this written correctly. I just had to stop and check the card. So yes, that is how that works. You can't just put it on a Decepticon to be able to play it on an Autobot. Just play it on an Autobot. So there's that. And that's really all I have time for right now, is just to go over this one card. But I'm not done with the Transformers TCG. It has been slow this year. This probably will be my last year doing this, depending on how long it's going to take me to recolor everything. We have my wife got so mad at my kids on vacation, she had kittens. So we now literally have 2 kittens. That's just a joke. And they are about to make me go nuts. I love cats. I've had a cat before, but never 2 at one time. And oh my gosh, they're just in everything and everywhere, and biting and fighting and trying to squirt them and discipline them, and because the kids just don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh gosh, they're climbing up on your instruments. They're climbing up this. They're destroying that. They're clawing me. They're in my stuff. They're all over the place. And I'm making it out a little worse than it is, but literally, they're animals, and they're cute. And you really don't want to do something to something that is cute, but you have to do something to teach them right and wrong. Thus, a little squirt bottle comes in handy. So, anyway, the personality destabilizer was the only card I was really going to go over today. So, tell me which do you prefer? Do you prefer to have a team that is pretty much all Decepticons to gain Sturdy 2 off of, as long as your opponent is playing Autobots? Again, more sideboard kind of fodder cards here. That is just a simple white pip secret action to add in with your white pip cards. Or would you rather this to be a hybrid white-black to get a little something extra out of this as a choice for flipping as an upgrade that also will allow you to just make any Autobot or Decepticon. And you're only going to be able to play another one if you play it on an Autobot. Not a Quintesson, not a Mercenary, but an Autobot. So boom, that's the key here. Not a Maximal, not a Predacon. So this isn't just the Predacon chip, because I did make a card that is based off an image of Beast Wars that, boom, put it on the character, they're Predacon. Okay, it's not the Predacon. I think it's the chip. I can see the card in my head. It's not that. So it does have to be an Autobot, because you're changing an Autobot into a Decepticon. Because I'm really, really, really trying to follow the show here, guys. How this incorporates well into the card game, I don't know. Has it been tested? No, it hasn't. So tell me what you think. Which one do you like better? Which one do you think, I like the upgrade better. I like the ability to be able to choose the pip color. I like the hybrid here. Or is this one that would be more of a sideboard kind of card that, if my opponent is playing ends up playing all Autobots, maybe next game I will add this in and be able to get the sturdy 2 off of it. You know, I say sturdy again. I did not use the term sturdy here. So what do you think? I think I've reiterated this way too long as it is. So let me know what you think. I know y'all are watching. I know there's at least, I know you're watching. I know you're checking this out. So tell me what you think. Even if you're not one of the TCG gamers here, and you're like, ooh, he's got something else. What is this? Oh, cool. I remember this in the cartoon. You know, just say something, anything. It's Transformers related. Just adding some fun to an old game. We'll catch you next time. Leave a comment down below. Throw scraplets at that like button if you haven't already. And as always, Autobots, flip out and let's roll for it.